Welcome back to the Waverley Netball Centre in Melbourne, and the under-21 final is just a few minutes away. It'll be between South Australia and New South Wales. Title holders Victoria were bundled out in the semi-finals. Vicky Wilson, a terrific amount of young talent on display in this match. It should be very exciting. Maybe New South Wales with an advantage in terms of their representative players.
Yes, Steve, I'm sure they'll be looking to Julia Harrison and Reagan Gilmore to really close down their defensive end for them and try and contain Sharon Purser and Jackie Featherstone-Hoare, who were the goalers for the contact side in the SA State League finals. So they've got their hands full.
Well, you know some of these players quite well, obviously, having spent some time at contacts. What do you feel about this very young South Australian side? They've got a couple of 18-year-olds there. Very
dynamic. In fact, very impressed with Janie Brandford and Alison Tucker down the defence end, and I just can't go past Audine Cobb in the mid-court. They're very lucky, those shooters.
And yesterday, in their semi-final, they ran the three players who are on the bench today. Obviously, they're a very confident side coming into this final.
I think it's also very good to know that you've got the depth, and if you need to, you can run those bench players.
Do you see an advantage in any third for either side?
No, I think it's just going to be goal for goal, and perhaps Jackie Featherstone-Hoare could be the one they really need to contain. She's very creative and really can turn a game.
Well, Lisa Wilson will be patrolling the benches for us, and perhaps more so than in the opens, these young players will be affected by the occasion. Lisa, which side is going to settle down more quickly, do you think?
I believe the New South Wales players will settle down a little bit more quickly. As Vicky said, they have got the experience on a few of their players, and I think they will look to Megan Anderson in the front end to really control that front end and use her experience of playing in under-21s for the last 3 years to come through and take it for them.
What's impressed you about these teams this week?
Oh, particularly their front end. I think Natalie Sloan's come on in the tough time and has really done a good job in getting out there and putting the shots up. While down the back end, Julie Harrison's been a tower of strength for them. Losing Alison Williams in one of their early games has really put a lot of pressure on the defence end. A great young Australian player, and she's one that we hope comes back from the injury. But Julie Harrison has certainly been at her best for this tournament.
Yes, Anne Sargent in shot there. Any match winners for you, Lisa? Who are the standout players?
For New South Wales, I would say Megan Anderson and Natalie Sloan. If she can continue her shooting from yesterday, she's going to be very hard to stop. And for the defence end for New South Wales, Julie Harrison to come through and take some specky intercepts that'll get the crowd really going.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Looking forward to your comments. A little eavesdropping for you coming up. And they're playing for the Lorna Hornick Trophy, the Under-21 Championship, South Australia and New South Wales. And for an underage side, there's a surprising amount of experience in both teams. Sharon Purser and Jackie Featherstone-Hoare are in their second and third year in the team. Wing attack Sue Luscombe is having her fourth year in. And we're well familiar with Audine Cobb, a regular in the contacts lineup. Big futures await Alison Tucker and Jane Brandford, both only 18. Julia Halliday is wing defence, and coach is Barbara Williams. To New South Wales, Natalie Sloan is their youngster, also just 18. Australian under-21 goaler Megan Anderson has been sinking them from everywhere. In fact, the pair averaged 80% against Victoria. Rebecca Hayes is proof that great netballers can come in small packages. She's a nifty 167 centimetres. At centre, Monique Robinson. Vicky Saywell leads from wing defence. And like Gilmore and Harrison, she's been in Australian under-21 squads. And the coach, of course, is our own Anne Sargent. And the
ladies and gentlemen,
are ready to be called on court.
And welcome to Grand Final Day here at the Waverley Netball Centre for the Qantas Australian Netball Championships. We have two fantastic teams here in the 21 and under final, and what a great week of netball it's been. Firstly, onto the court today, we would like to welcome the South Australian team. And the New South Wales supporters. Where are you guys? We need to hear from some New South Wales people today. Yes, we have a few of them. And please welcome the South Australian players. At goal shooter, Sharon Purser. At goal attack, Jackie Featherstone-Hoare. The South Australian captain at wing attack, Sue Luscombe. At centre, Audine Cobb. Wing defence is Julia Halliday. At goal defence, Jane Bradford. At goalkeeper is Alison Tucker. And the substitutes, Sally George Kathy Hubbard, and Karen Nader. The coach of the South Australian team is Barbara Williams, the manager is Kathy Nelson, and the physiotherapist is Leanne Tay. And now please welcome the New South Wales team. At goal shooter, Natalie Sloan. Goal attack, Megan Anderson. Wing attack, Rebecca Hayes. At centre, Monique Robinson. At wing defence and captain of New South Wales, Victoria Saywell. Goal defence, Regan Gilmore. At goalkeeper, Julie Harrison. And substitutes, Natalie Forrester, Natalie Reid, Christine O'Connor, Lyndall Evans, and Alison Williams. The coach of New South Wales is Anne Sargent, the manager is Bev Watson, and the physiotherapist is Annabelle Wilson. Our umpires for today are Jan Cross and Janelle Derrington, are welcome, and the reserve is Sharon Burge. Please join with me in wishing both teams the best of luck here in the 21 and under grand final.
Well, how unlucky is Alison Williams? Hurt her right knee. She's done an anterior cruciate on just the second day of the tournament, so it was all over quite quickly for her. It did dip into the depth of New South Wales, but they've come through to make the final. And a great first shot up put by Featherstone Hall. And good start necessary for both sides, and we talked a little bit about nerves, Vicky.
Yeah, particularly at this young age, confidence plays a big part in any game.
So Robinson to Hayes. He's so quick. Sordine Cobb seems to have been around for years already, and she is still playing under 21s.
You forget she's only a baby still.
Anderson. And one apiece after a minute. This Williams, talking about her knee injury, she 2 years ago did the other knee at the Nationals in Darwin, and again it was against Tasmania, so it's a kind of coincidence she didn't need.
Perhaps I brought her the bad luck. She's room next door to me at the moment.
Barney's contact centre.
Anderson. New South Wales beat South Australia 59-47 last Sunday in their opening match. 12-goal win. But really, there's been nothing all week between New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia. It was always going to be 2 out of those 3 teams to be appearing today, Vic.
I was very impressed with New South's performance against Victoria in the semis, and they looked very strong, very confident, and they made a number of changes, and no matter what they did, they still came out in front.
Featherstone Hall. Branford back to Cobb. Julia Halliday. Good defence in the mid-court from New South Wales. And contact against Monique Robinson. Purser. And Gilmore can just watch it go over the back. Wouldn't be surprised if this ended up a much tighter match than their first one. Unusual miss from Saywell. He's got very sure hands as a rule.
They're having a little bit of trouble getting into the circle, finding Purser under the post. She really needs to start doing a bit more movement instead of taking the easy option and taking the ball outside.
Purser now. Lovely shot.
And a great long shot from Purser, give her a bit of confidence.
Hayes will put a shooter under pressure, and she must have had a heel over the line. Natalie Sloan. New South Wales have also had some illness in the squad early in the week. A couple of players with a gastro bug, and they really did struggle.
It's a credit to them they've come back, particularly after Alison's injury. I mean, she was a key part of their defence end.
Well, early in the week they were thrashed by Victoria, really 62-40, and then came out and beat them in the semi, 54-51. That was a big turnaround for them. Easily taken by Harrison to get New South Wales going forward. Saywell to Hayes.
Short pass, free pass.
Short pass, says Janelle Derrington.
The umpires have been very harsh on that call at this championships. They'll really make sure there's a big distance there.
There has to be room for another player to pass through. It's a rule you see very rarely pulled up.
There you are.
And at this tournament they've decided to...
That's the one they've been honing in on.
Yeah, make the players aware of it. Cobb. Halliday to Luscombe. Cobb so quick.
Contact.
Purser.
Where you at? Pass the shot.
And Sargent, her team in a little bit of bother. And Alison Williams on the right there with the knee in the bandage and the operation to come. Sloan. Oh, under some pressure.
Oh, great defence by Janie Branford.
Saywell arriving just too late. Good start from South Australia. Cobb to Purser.
Really needed to pull that one in. That was a sure goal.
Hey.
Gilmore. Harrison.
Defensive pressure by SA is just great at the moment. All their players are right down. Featherstone Hall. Luscombe.
Sloan now for New South Wales. You see the New South Wales battle to get it into the circle. The defence is terrific from both teams. Anderson. It'll go South Australia's way, says Derrington. Tucker. Outlet to Branford. Oh, Gilmore came out hard. Oh, much needed goal for New South Wales. It's only their third in 6.5 minutes.
A great long shot by Megan Anderson.
Featherstone Hall at the other end. Had a good look. She's very fortunate to get it back. Went through a couple of hands.
Contact.
Purser was bumped. See, the South Australian side enjoys a little bit of a height advantage over New South Wales.
And particularly in the defence end, Megan Anderson's going to be under a lot of pressure with her low release of the shot.
Yes, Branford and Tucker at 186 and 184 centimetres. Sloan and Anderson 181 and 178. Well, Anderson against South Australia a week ago shot 82%. Sloan didn't play in their first match, so some uncharacteristic misses early.
They're under an awful lot of pressure. That's a better transition play by SA, taking the ball down nice and fast.
Pass the shot.
So Australian selectors, Mark Ango, Ivor Caldo and Jill McIntosh. And Norma Plummer, under 21 coach for Australia. Branford down to Purser. South Australia making the bright start. Up 7-3. 8-3. A sellout today. We had teeming rain outside this afternoon. I guess netball's glad it's come away since it was played outdoors.
Well, you wouldn't want to be out there today. I think it's going to snow.
Hayes. Oh. There's not much communication there happening between Hayes and Anderson. Sloan.
Barney's
6 minutes left, first quarter. Oh, 4 players converging on the player with the ball.
Contact.
I think a tough call there.
That's against Featherstone Hall. Yes, they were lucky.
Yeah, very. And she came right into Featherstone Hall on that occasion.
Contact and win defence. Goal third. Goal third.
Hayes to Robinson and Anderson. She has quite a low release, doesn't she, as compared to, say, someone like Nicole Cusack, who might be no taller, but the release is more behind the head.
Yeah, and so it really is something the defenders will be watching for, and Ali Tucker and Jane know they've got their measure. Lovely pass by Megan.
Yeah. Nice drive around and past the post by Sloan.
It's a great shooter-to-shooter work by Megan Anderson and Natalie Sloan. This one always catches the defenders with their heads down and finishes off with a nice shot.
Purser. Hayes. Robinson. Anderson. Cook. He just still looks hesitant with the action.
I think these are great rings. They really hug the shot and bring it in.
They're sympathetic to shooters, you think, huh?
Advantage obstructs a wing attack. Contact. And a first hold it pushes beside.
Contact against Harrison.
Contact.
And again. Very slightly built Sharon Purser. Knock on the head for Jan Cross.
It's amazing how strong she is, considering how slight she is.
Yeah. Robinson. Anderson, put it on the deck and picked up by South Australia. Had quick hands to it. Cobb on the fly. Oh, well taken. No, yes. South Australia get it.
Second jump. Pass the shot.
Determination from Harrison.
Contact wing attack.
Hayes, Robinson working with Sloan and Anderson.
Contact from behind centre.
Oh, got herself to a little bit of trouble then, Megan stepping in.
Some goal defence. And we're just inside. Shot or pass.
This Tucker and Branford really seem to have the New South Wales attack end worked out.
Well, they're making them work very hard to find that space close to the post. But one thing I like about New South Wales now, they're starting to become a little bit more patient in their feeding.
Yeah, both teams now look like they've settled into their work. We've got 2:40 left in the first quarter.
Advantage offside.
Featherstone Hall. Never looked like missing. Hayes. Sloan. Backs herself in. And the goal's coming a little more freely. Luscombe.
It's a nice move by Purse on the baseline. Took a defender one way and cut back again to a left.
Oh, turnover. Might be costly as quarter time approaches. 3 the lead. South Wales ball. Harrison. 50-50 ball. I guess the umpire had to go one way or the other. All call, give us the toss-up.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred the toss on that occasion.
Hayes. Robinson. So a jam in the corner there. They sweep away now. Another short pass between Hayes and Anderson. Good work over the ball from Saywell.
Actually, Vicky's got a lot of tips out there of Sue Loscombe. She really has to start watching her release.
Sloan from long range. Oh, but a friendly bounce in. Important one for New South. Last minute, first quarter.
Wing defence.
Purser.
Barney's contact, goal defence. Barney's contact, wing defence.
Sloan, Robinson. Sloan again from a long way out. Oh, sweet.
That's a great shot by Natalie.
Sloan shot 29 from 34 in the semi-final win over Victoria, 85%. And her team will be looking for that again. Timekeeper gets up. New South Wales looking to deny a last goal from South Australia. And they get it. And quarter time is blown. A most interesting first quarter. New South Wales a little sluggish to settle into their work. South Australia capitalised, and good defensive work from Branford and Tucker, helping to set up a 14-11 lead for South Australia at quarter time. Well, there were some nerves, I think, Vicky, from New South Wales.
Yeah, it took them a while to get into a little bit of a rhythm down the front end, particularly. I thought the defensive work of SA through that mid-court was just great. And if they can maintain that, I think New South might struggle.
Lisa Wilson's down near the New South Wales bench. How did you see it, Lisa?
Well, towards the end of the quarter, you saw the New South Wales attack end really start to fire. They got into the match and they started to work the ball around, and I think Vicky commented that they became patient. And if the attack end will keep moving, especially Nat Sloan, if she starts moving Alison Tucker, then I think we'll see things start to swing their way.
A couple of the early shots certainly looked off from the New South Wales goalers. Upset by the work of Branford and Tucker then?
Certainly got a long reach from both of them, but I think that towards the end we saw Sloan put in a couple of long balls, and she really looked like she's found that fluid motion that I think shooters really need.
So 3 goals in it at quarter time. Nothing really. What about from South Australia's point of view? I mean, Barbara Williams would have to be happy.
Oh, very happy with the start. The South Australians came out and really worked well from the beginning of the match and put the pressure on through the centre court. They look comfortable. So it'll be hard for New South Wales, but I think a couple of their players, Reagan Gilmore's taken a couple of really good intercepts in the middle of the court. If she can keep looking for that, Vicky Saywell's working hard, but I think the defenders from South Australia at this stage have the upper hand.
Thanks, Lisa. And Vicky, Audine Cobb really just came out flying, didn't she? Somebody who had a lot of experience in televised matches. I mean, for some of the players, that does make a difference. The nerves are there, and they're knowing that it's going out live.
Yeah, I'm particularly impressed with Audine, the way she is able to bring the ball down court and her ability to read that circle, and she likes to land right on the circle edge. Her placement of the pass is just superb.
So Audine Cobb from the Contacts Club. Julie Harrison, Reagan Gilmore, the defenders trying to take care of Purser and Featherstone Hoare. And as this match develops, I'm sure that'll be one of the key matchups. Maybe the mid-courts just about cancel each other out when you look at the speed of Hayes on one side and Cobb on the other.
Well, the shooting wasn't too bad, particularly from Natalie Sloan from New South Wales, putting in 5 from 6. Perhaps Megan Anderson was a little bit put off by Janie Branford's long reach, and I really think SA will be looking to lift their shooting rate.
Nevertheless, respectable figures for everybody. First quarter, when you expect some tentative shots to go up.
Contact, wing attack.
Saywell.
Contact, wing defence.
Off the ball against Julia Halliday. Sloane. Oh, asked to put up a tough first shot. She hasn't got any nerves.
Taking wing defence.
Nerves of steel.
Frightening.
Body obstruction, goal.
Cobb. Oh, and the ring has helped out South Australia.
In the back, goal defence, shuttle pass.
Goal apiece in the first minute, second quarter. Hayes, Sloane, now Robinson.
Exactly the same spot she saw the last one. She's on fire.
So does she look happier to you at the top of the circle rather than on the baseline taking those shots? Is that her favoured spot?
Well, she seems to come out for a lot of those balls up the middle, but she's very athletic, and I'm sure she'll develop her shooting from the whole range.
So the difference remains at 3. Saywell. And through the hands of Hayes. But I think it was put off a little by Sue Luscombe, who also got a touch to it. Again, in these tight matches, Vicky, 1 or 2 turnovers can be the difference.
So can costly misses like that one.
South Australia.
That's South Australia lucky to get it back.
Play. Barney. Offside centre. Wing pass. Barney offside wing. Contact keeper.
Exactly the same move Featherstone Hoare did before. She lets the defenders come back, and then she slots right through the middle.
4 up, and the centre pass to come. Against Gilmore. Luscombe to Featherstone Hoare. Purser's rebounding quite well too. She's positioning herself well, Vicky.
Yeah, well, she got a few in the first quarter, and again here in the second. So, you know, if Jackie is off her goals, Purser's got herself in the right spot.
Danger time for New South Wales as Branford takes an important intercept.
Contact centre. South Australia.
Oh, Gilmore
South Australia.
got a touch.
Goal third.
You're keeping that under your feet, were you, Vicky?
Play.
I didn't want Cobby to get it back.
Audine Cobb
Well, Harrison thought about it.
Offside centre.
might have pulled out too early. She nearly looked there. Purser. And it's going well for Barbara Williams and South Australian.
She'd have to be very happy with the great start they've had.
Construction goal attack penalty.
Luscombe.
Attack penalty.
New South are getting penalised very heavily in the second quarter down this defence end.
Featherstone Hoare with a second chance. Warning bells ringing for New South Wales as they turn it over again. Branford, Luscombe, Featherstone Hoare and Purser.
Great interchange between the two shooters. Great drive into the circle you see coming up by Featherstone Hoare. Eventually she drives in, knows that she's going to catch the defender with her head down, offloads to Purser, who finishes it off.
Another one coming for South Australia, and they lead by 9. Waltzing away with this second quarter. 8-2 they lead this period. Robinson, Saywell has to get her team firing, the captain. Hayes.
Oh, pressure shot. Oh, great shot by Natalie.
Well, if they could just get more ball to us, Sloane seems to be able to put them in from anywhere. But they're in trouble.
South Australia.
Touch from Saywell. And Sargent, middle of screen. plenty of problems to ponder.
Offside centre, free
So
pass.
it really hasn't continued the second quarter the way the end of the first quarter suggested. New South Wales looked to be getting back into it.
SA came out firing
Offside
right from the
wing
word go.
defence. Goalkeeper contacting, shot or pass.
I also think the whistle's really favouring SA at the moment.
Back further, please.
Purser. Featherstone Hall. Robinson. Anderson. And we've got an injury to New South Wales defender, Julie Harrison. And I guess that's a right ankle, or... 12 penalties to 2 actually against New South Wales in this second quarter. We'll have another look. It happened well before that last shot was taken. She's limping even then. But as you rightly point out, Vicky, the penalty count is really hurting New South Wales.
Yeah, 12 to 2. So no wonder they've got a lot of ball supply at the moment.
So a little lack of discipline in New South Wales, we can only think.
Yeah, particularly out in front, or perhaps the reason is the offload by SA is just so fast and they can't recover quickly enough, and they're just getting caught, up their backs.
Centre.
Nice try, Ordine Cobb, but it's New South Wales possession. Saywell, Hayes, Anderson. Sloan, lucky to get it.
Intimidating. There you are.
And the South Australian defence has really
Pass the shot.
put New South Wales in bother. Good follow in after a poor shot. Oh, and a worse one. So Sloan, after we sang the praises, let us down with 2 ordinary efforts.
Oh, and here comes the mighty Reds. They bring the ball down so fast.
Purser, casual as you please. Oh, not this time. Harrison. Saywell to Robinson. Well, being genuinely outplayed in the second quarter, New South Wales. Anderson or Robinson.
Barney's offside. Free pass.
There's that short pass again.
Short pass, yeah.
That's number 3.
Well, it didn't look that short. It was just almost placed on the ground. It wasn't a roll. It was a very tiny bounce.
I think it was a well-placed pass.
Yeah.
Actually, Megan probably could have shuffled away in. There wasn't a defender up close to her.
Cobb.
Centre, South Australia, centre.
Halfway through the second quarter. And South Australia has stretched a 3-goal quarter-time lead to 10.
Very simple move by Featherstone Hall then. She just pops straight up the middle.
Easily picked off by Harrison, ahead of Purser. Gilmore, Saywell.
Contact, goal attack. Stepping. Very hard.
Saywell can't believe it. Step call.
Instruction centre, penalty South Australia.
Cobb.
Here we go, straight up the middle again. We really need to tighten up that Reagan Gilmore and Julie Harrison.
Well, I'm really surprised the way this 15 minutes is unfolding. Like an 11-goal lead. Would not have thought it. Monique Robinson. Hayes. Saywell looking for Robinson under pressure.
South centre out.
So just that Anne Southen's got a replacement or 2 in mind. Natalie Reid. Cobb.
Advantage obstruction and offside. Contact goalkeeper, shuttle pass. And advantage offside wing.
If Natalie Reid comes on, I think she'll be looking to move Victoria Sawell to the centre like she did in the semi-final match against Victoria. A move that worked.
Yes, Sawell moved to centre and
Obstruction wing attack.
Robinson went off, didn't she?
Contact goal defence, shuttle pass.
The ball is just coming in far too easy for SA.
They're just not on the pace, New South Wales.
Advantage breaking, goal defence.
3 goals in nearly 10 minutes for New South Wales. They're just starved of it down this end. Tucker up early. And that's the way Jan Cross saw it. Good defence, well rewarded. Out comes Gilmore to take one at the other end. They need more of that, New South Wales. Wasn't an easy pass for Anderson to pull in.
Play.
SA starting to get a little bit sloppy in their passing. Need to tidy it up if they want to keep on coming, keep New South Wales under pressure.
I just have the feeling, Vicky, that in 40 minutes' time,
Contact.
New South Wales look back on this second quarter as the one where they maybe lost this final. It's just been a shocker for them. Sloan and Anderson have enjoyed nowhere near the freedom that they had against Victoria.
Alison Tucker and Janie Branford are doing a great job not giving them an inch.
Just wonder how they managed to go down by 12 in their earlier encounter.
Maybe they only played with 5 players.
Luscombe. Purser. Gilmore a little too close. And how long have New South Wales been stuck on 14? It feels forever.
We really need to score a goal. Doesn't look like they're going to do it when the ball's down this end, though.
Cobb.
Goalkeeper, shuttle pass, goalkeeper.
And there's been a penalty down court into the circle.
Your contact.
Purser. Featherstone Hoare. And one more. (15-3) this quarter. Unbelievable effort from South Australia. And the errors coming from New South Wales. Rebecca Hayes, normally.
Well backed up by Reagan Gilmore. She hasn't stopped trying.
New South Wales charging into the goal third now. Sloan. They need a couple of morale boosters before half-time. Anderson.
That's the one they were looking for. That's her first shot of the second quarter.
And there's only a touch over 2 minutes left until half-time. So they've had next to no possession in their own circle, in their attacking circle. Gilmore. No.
In centre, New South.
Well, they'll get possession back. Derrington saw something she didn't like.
I think Cobby got a little bit too keen then.
Contact. Penalty pass.
Anderson. This looks very congested. It doesn't look like New South Wales players are able to run into space and make themselves available.
No, it's not open at all. Oh, a great pass.
But just as you say that,
They open it up. Great pass from Natalie Sloan. Quickly into Megan Anderson, but it was a nice move by Megan to find the under the post.
meanwhile, the ball is lipped out to give South Australia another chance. Luscombe lost the handle and lost possession.
Bit unlucky there for the Stone Hawk. I think Gilmore knocked it out of her hands.
Where you are.
Hayes.
Advantage obstruction.
Anderson nearly robbed by Branford.
Now they've got it together, the two New South shooters working a little bit more together as a pair.
Yeah, 3 quick goals, but they need more. Won't get many in this quarter. Inside the last minute. Featherstone Hall. Robinson. Oh, through the arms and legs of Sloane. If they're quick enough, South Australia can get another. Oh, step.
It was good play by SA. They knew they wanted to score before the timer got up. Purse was going straight to the post. There's another chance.
Gilmore. Oh, good try. So a frantic end of the second quarter, a quarter which very much was dominated by South Australia. Well, they led 14-11 at quarter time, and didn't they do some damage there to New South Wales? Have they set themselves up for the win? Quite possibly. At half-time, South Australia lead it 30-17.
The courage of Eddie Mabo spawned the Native Title Act. It was to deliver the promised land, reconcile blacks and whites, but was the euphoria misplaced?
How do you feel about having a mine on your land?
Great. Charismatic leader Noel Pearson's dream of a black nation is under challenge. Communities are divided. Land claims remain elusive. Blacks are fighting blacks. Mabo could fail.
At times I curse the fact that we have Mabo.
On Four Corners, title fight, 8:30 Monday.
ABC Radio presents the appeal for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. This year the service looked after 135,000 Australians and flew over 9 million kilometres. Keep the Flying Doctor flying. Call this number toll-free now and follow the airwaves appeal on your local ABC Radio. The Royal Flying Doctor Service and ABC Radio, always there.
I'm in my 3rd year of an accounting degree and I could have gone on campus, but with open learning you can do all of your study at home and you have lots of free time. Another advantage of open learning is that you can begin your studies at any time during the year. It was really easy for me to get started. The books and the TV programs are presented in a manner that anyone could understand. All I needed was a motivation.
For more information on open learning, phone 00 55 11 770.
Come soon before I melt with the heat of sun and the fire of your absence.
After months of yearning for his wife, she finally arrives, but she is not alone.
Cesare?
He reasoned I leave Italy. Now he come here to destroy me again.
Would it hurt you so much to eat together?
Just what did you and Cesare get up to on the boat?
Nothing.
I'm happy with
8:30 Wednesday, Border Town.
Welcome back to the Waverley Netball Centre in Melbourne. A wild old day outside and some terrific netball being played inside, especially by South Australia. We're at half-time in the under-21 final, and South Australia lead New South Wales 30-17, and 16-6 they won that quarter. Vicky Wilson, they're just doing the job at the moment.
Well, they're all over them, all over the court. They were just superb in their attack, sensational in defence. Tucker and Branford are just having an absolute blinder, really starving the New South Wales shooters for the ball.
Well, Lisa Wilson's down with the winning squad at the moment. Lisa, they've got to be happy.
Oh, very happy, Steve. You can hear the coach in the background saying that they've really got this game under control, and the next 15 minutes, if they go out and play exactly like they played in that last quarter, then they're going to go most of the way to taking this game out.
Well, let's not say that New South Wales are playing so badly. It's just that South Australia have, played amazing netball, probably the best netball of any of the 21 sides we've seen this week, and they've saved it for the final. I mean, that's a great credit to the coach and the preparation of the side.
Certainly is. They've just been on fire. When they've come out and they've started the game and the start of the second quarter, they really worked hard all the way through. For the first 5 minutes, you heard the coach calling, that's 5, let's start our second 5. So by the sounds of things, they've broken this game down into 5-minute lots, and they're working their butts off each 5 minutes and starting themselves again.
Well, New South Wales are about to make some substitutions. Lyndall Evans warming up. She's going to come on at goal attack. Megan Anderson is going to go off. And Saywell is going to move to centre. But let's have a look at some of these stats. You see, the penalties are really hurting New South Wales. 45 they've conceded to 23 for South Australia. Turnovers, not much in that. But South Australia obviously enjoying much more possession. 41 attempts, 30 goals. And so they lead at 30-17. The shooting percentage, well, you know, both sets of shooters doing a reasonable job. But the sheer weight of possession has really told the story.
And those penalties are mainly out in the mid-court, Steve, so it's not so much in the circle, but what New South really need to tighten up is not allowing SA to take the ball on the circle edge, giving them that free pass. Well, I'm surprised with Natalie Sloan, 3 from 6, only 50%. Megan Anderson, only 3 from 3. She really needed to inject herself more into the game. And Featherstone Hall, 80%. You can't ask much more than that. And Perth, she's putting up some hard shots too.
New South Wales 9 shots put up to 21 from South Australia.
Much better start by New South Wales.
Now, Lyndall Evans, she played in the match against South Australia nearly a week ago and shot 79%. First one won't drop for her, though.
That's a tough one coming off the bench and then putting up a long shot. I know I always cringe when I have to do that.
Cobb kept the balance well. Featherstone Hall. Gilmore drags it down. Saywell. Hayes. Touch from Featherstone Hall, but she was too close. Obstruction the call. Hayes. Are you surprised, Vic, that Evans hasn't been getting the start in recent games? That Anderson has been starting with Sloan.
Well, Megan played a great game against Victoria and her shots were good, so I suppose Anne had every confidence in her that she'd be able to reproduce the same form in this game, but it just didn't happen.
I mean, the other quandary for a coach, say approaching half-time, New South Wales started to come good. They scored 3 quick goals, and the changes that a coach might have had in mind with a team going badly, you start to have second thoughts about them. It's not an easy job.
No, it's not. I'm glad I'm not doing it.
Featherstone Hall.
The thing about bringing on a replacement, you're hoping that the fresh legs will just bring that little bit of extra spark into the line.
Saywell's got to do more running, moving from wing defence to centre.
Good touch by Tucker.
Sometimes a hand's all it needs, isn't it, if you've got the back up there. And they've been enthusiastic to help each other out, South Australia. Featherstone Hall, it's short. Again, the rebound.
Short again.
Against Reagan Gilmore, though. How many can she miss?
Not very happy with herself, missing 3 in a row under the post.
Toss up Harrison Purser. Not much of her, but she's quick enough. It's going to get tougher and tougher the longer New South Wales leave it to start wiping off this deficit. And in fact, it's growing. (3-2), they lead the quarter.
Contact from behind, centre. On the edge. Barney just
forcing them wide. Not an easy shot.
So, Lyndall Evans, good one from her.
Certainly is one she needed.
So Lyndall, one of the senior members in the New South Wales side at 21.
Contact centre.
She, like a number of her teammates, had some experience in Australian under-21s.
Pass the shot.
So the New South Wales Open team earlier today locked up third spot with a win over Queensland. Quite a comfortable one too, but they're disappointed not to be taking part in the final today.
It's something that they're not used to, Steve. They've been in the final for the last 8 years.
Oh, yes, I'm sure a lot of the other states, they were saying, well, time for a change. New South Wales don't see it that way, but in both the under-21s and Opens, we're going to have new title holders this year.
Contact, goal
New
attack.
South Wales haven't made the final in the Opens, and Victoria were winners in the under-21s last year. Back out to Hayes. Evans anchors that left foot. Should get this one.
Much better positioning by Lyndall on that shot. She really worked the ground hard to try and find a good position under the post.
Sloane. Oh, unlucky. It had a good look.
Great reach by Janie Brantford.
Athletic effort from Brantford. Now Luscombe.
Contact, wing defence, penalty pass outside the
Against
circle.
Natalie Reid.
Replay. Outside the circle.
So Jan Cross is called replay.
Back further.
Did you see much of that, Vic?
I was watching the shooters, so I didn't quite see what happened.
Reid. Hayes. Evans gets a good one too with Sloane. Great to see this venue full.
Clever play here by Natalie Sloane. She knew that Janie Brantford was caught out. Passes it off to Lyndall Evans.
Brantford to Luscombe. Cobb under pressure from Saywell, but does well.
She offloads that beautifully.
Oh, a sweet shot. You'd be proud of that, Vic.
She's so casual, Purse. Just turns straight up, boom, in it goes.
It's all forearms and wrist, isn't it? It's quite a powerful action, as you say, for somebody so slim. A fair bit of strength in their hands and wrists. It all seems to come forward from the elbows. And Purser leaves a blind pass for Cobb, and now Featherstone Hoare.
Good drive along the baseline by Jackie.
Sloane. New South Wales need 3 or 4 turnovers. Here's one. If they're to get back into it. Oh, no. Oh.
Well
Tucker left it behind her, and Brantford was quick to pick it up.
Hand on the ball, pass the shot.
Just off screen, Brantford applauding her teammate Tucker for the bravery and skill at the other end.
Clear.
Sargent,
Barney's breaking.
plenty to worry about, and she's played a couple of her cards already. She's put 2 replacements out. Unless these girls can do the job for her, I don't know where she looks to for answers.
Seem to be saying it over and over again, but great work again by Jane Brantford. Came around the corner, got a nice touch in front.
Oh, Purser on the end of a dream feed.
Ball swings across court. Fine Audine Cobb, and she puts in a nice pass into Purse. Casual as you like. Here we go.
And Purser will have another shot, courtesy of penalty. 6:40 left in the third quarter. 14 the lead. Evans, Saywell. And is it Audine Cobb who's called for time? And right hip, right knee, right ankle, something.
Maybe ankle. Maybe foot.
Leanne Tague is the attending physio there, who's the Australian physio. And And, of course, from Melbourne, so perhaps they've just borrowed her for the time being.
Well, not a bad physio to borrow.
Mm-hmm. So I guess she spent a fair bit of time in her care over in Birmingham.
I was a 1 a.m. appointment every morning.
See if we can see how this happened. Cobb.
Oh, landing on Featherstone Hawes' foot.
Yeah. Unlucky when you clash with a teammate.
Offside, wing first and defence. Repass, New South. There.
So South Australia lead at 39-25. Have to be a huge turnaround for New South Wales to pull this one out.
Outside.
There hasn't been a bad player on court for South Australia. They've understandably stuck with their starting 7. No need to make any changes. Evans.
Well, Lyndall Evans has assumed the responsibility in the shooting end, nailing 6 goals so far. Natalie Sloane's only put in 3.
Step call against South Australia. He's jammed up on that side. Sloane.
Thought they need New South. Couple of quick goals. Their centre pass again, back in the game, perhaps.
Well, you've got to be optimistic, haven't you? If you're on the losing side, that's what they've got to tell themselves, that they are still in the game.
They have to keep on trying.
They need all their shots to drop, though. South Australia's rebound, and here they go again. Brantford, Cobb, having a whale of a game.
Offside, free pass South
She just
Australia.
glides through the air with ease. Great to watch.
She's quickest to it again.
Contact, goal defence, shoulder.
Contact against Reagan Gilmore.
Pass the shot. South.
Purser, what a rebounder.
Pass the shot.
You're sounding surprised. She's probably taping this, you know.
It's great positioning.
South Australia by 13, as it was at half-time. Down she goes, heavily. She might call for time. Oh, dear, she knocked her face as she hit the floor. That was a heavy and unexpected fall for her.
Oh,
so she fell over Harrison. Ouch.
She might never be able to eat a burger again.
Well, by the look of it, I don't think she eats many. Just what you need. Ice to the face. But I'm sure she'll be all right in a minute or two. And Sergeant to join us in commentary later for the Open final. Unless she's ducked off to drown some sorrows. No, she'll be with us. Got any answers for New South Wales, Vic?
Well, whatever they're going to do, they have to do it real fast. There's only 4 minutes 15 left in this quarter. They really need to string together a couple of nice passages of play. And as you said before, all the shots need to drop. They can't afford any misses.
Well, they have to do what South Australia did in the second quarter, and that's win a quarter by something like 10 goals or more. Oh, Featherstone Hall.
They didn't need that.
And the defenders down court applaud her.
Great intercept by Featherstone Hall. Read it well. Julia Harrison's came out too narrow.
A great lesson in attacking players, getting their hands over the ball. They've got to work in defence as well. And it's gone against New South Wales. The heads go back on the bench. They can't believe it. Can't take a trick. Cobb. Luscombe.
Contact, goal defence.
Gee, Reagan Gilmore's attracted a fair bit of whistle.
Pass the shot.
Penalties evened up a little in this quarter.
Yeah, very much so. 12 apiece.
South Australia.
Perhaps it just might be one end.
Pass the ball.
Lucky the umpires can't see your raised eyebrows, Vicky.
I'm not saying so much the umpires, but the lack of discipline by the players.
I see. Yeah, thank you. Hayes. So well.
Distraction centre.
Evans, yes. Well, it just crawled over the ring. Thought it looked a bit of flat leaving a hand, but it was good. So well, gets one over the ear from Cobb.
Hold time, please.
Now, you see, Halliday was quick to jump on that ball because time had not been called. Saywell left the ball on the floor. It was quick thinking by Halliday.
Well, the umpires have been very strict on calling time. They don't consider it to be necessary, they won't call it.
On the whistle. Barney, distraction centre.
Perhaps they think the players are getting a little bit soft.
And still, New South Wales unable to wipe anything off this lead that South Australia established so handsomely in the second quarter. 13 in front. Hayes. Saywell. Cross court to Reid. Evans.
Pass looked impossible right from the time it left her hands.
On the corner, on the wing. Play.
Hayes to Evans.
Very impressive, Linda Evans, since she's come on, done her job very well.
Hayes on the stretch. On the baseline again, Evans.
Contact on the arm goal defender. They've got a pass.
Brantford the contact. Evans second shot.
That's the 10th goal for the quarter, Linda Evans.
11 the lead. Toss up, says Jan Cross. Harrison and Purser. Luscombe helps out. Cobb. Purser, casual as you please. Gilmore the rebound.
Contact. Penalty pass.
Now under a minute left in the third quarter.
New South really need to score this court move.
And if they can get the lead back to 10 with another goal here, well, I feel they're just the slightest of chances in the last quarter. I think South Australia doing their best to slow it down here.
I think they're breaking every rule in the book at the moment.
Sloane. Oh, no. It had a good look and stayed out.
On the fly again.
And they've got to do it quickly now. Well, the timekeeper's still not up.
Contacting goal defender.
Now she is. Sloane. Timekeeper is up. Yes. That's all they'll be in the third quarter. And just... Well, Janelle Derrington has called timeout. Wants the centre pass taken. Didn't get to. So they're 10 behind. Well, some kind of chance. They were 13 or 14 behind for most of that third quarter, New South Wales. But as they did it towards the end of the second quarter, just got a little bit of a roll on. But they need a big last quarter to have a chance. South Australia leading 42-32 at three-quarter time. Well, Vicky, did you notice any change in the last minute or two of that quarter that New South Wales can draw some hope from?
I think Linda Evans really is the key to their attack end at the moment. She's finding some nice space in the circle and able to move Janie Brentford around so that she's not actually in the circle trying to close up that space. So, you know, I think the move by Anne was really quite a good one.
So 15-12, New South Wales won that quarter. Not completely out of it. The hope, light at the end of the tunnel. Lisa Wilson, can they do it?
Well, I've never known a New South Wales team to give up, so I'm sure they'll be out there fighting for the next quarter. But the one thing that the New South Wales girls have been unlucky with is they seem to get the run on right with a couple minutes to go. And that's happened on about 2 or 3 occasions now, that towards the end of the game, or the end of the quarter, they get that run on. Now, whether the South Australians are starting to relax and feel that they've got it then, I don't know. But I think if New South Wales can come out firing, as you said, they finished, then I think we're in for a really great last quarter.
Hearts out there. Becky, free up on the first move. We want to get you on the second one. We get you around the circle and work as long as you can. Okay, girls, come in.
So a little word or two to Rebecca Hayes.
Absolutely.
The South Australian end. Every reason for confidence.
Just come in. This last quarter, don't just start saying we're going to slow our game down and play just for possession. We played our game. The second quarter we picked up and we played our game, and it got us a good, kind of a good lead. Now what we've got to do is time our leads, and be prepared offensively to run our legs off. Okay, you've only got 15 minutes. Don't have to run everywhere. Time your leads. Keep our game going. Cutting, looking long. Okay, use the circle. And none of these passes that are just a wish pass. Every pass you give off is to set somebody else up properly. Come on, guys, let's find that bit extra.
Calm words from Barbara Williams.
Well, there we go. We see Linda Levens really made the difference for New South Wales, shooting 90%. Natalie Sloan, 5 from 8. That's not too bad, but perhaps she would be looking for a bit higher accuracy. And Sharon Purser, 80%. Most of her shots are coming from right underneath the post. And Jackie Featherstone-Hall, she's doing a lot of work out in the midcourt, but she'd like to lift her shooting above 50.
Okay, 15 minutes to go. New South Wales trail by 10. Gilmore. Hayes.
Advantage obstruction.
So, netball, unlike a lot of sports where you can't call a tactical timeout, and I think Lisa made the interesting point about just when they get a roll on, that's when they've had the timeouts forced upon them by the change in quarter. Whereas, say, in basketball or volleyball or something like that, if your opponent gets a roll on, you call the timeout, try and stop the momentum. And it's happened to New South Wales with the half-time and quarter-time, three-quarter time breaks.
Advantage offside centre.
Cobb. Featherstone-Hall.
Advantage obstruction centre.
Cobb. Featherstone-Hall. She's given it to New South Wales. I thought Purser was in quite good position.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought she had good position, and I was about to say, and another great rebound by Purse.
Saywell, and threads it through to Linda Levens. Minute 20 gone last quarter, and just a goal each added.
Contact wing attack.
Against Hayes. Tough call.
Yeah, I think it was. Well, Lisa's right. New South haven't given up. They're throwing everything into it. They know they have to come back in these first few minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, when you've been here a week and there's only 15 minutes to play, there's not much point leaving anything left unspent. Gilmore, Saywell, Hayes.
Advantage offside.
Well, I really didn't see Evans driving to the post there. A little confusion amongst the South Australian defenders, and there's been almost none of that. Nine the lead.
They really have up their defensive work, New South.
Reid. Oh, no. He took the least attractive option and came off. Tucker doesn't like the decision. Sloan. Everyone's got a drop for New South Wales if there to be a chance. They're whittling away. 8 the lead, and with the centre pass, Hayes, Saywell.
Advantage contact.
And Tucker makes up for her earlier mistake.
I think that was important they got this turnover. New South have been on a bit of a roll.
Featherstone Hoare to Cobb. She'll be looking to drive them home. I'm sure there's plenty of run left in the legs. Purser. Great ball, Featherstone Hoare, over the top of Harrison. Well, if Jackie went a bit quiet with her shooting in the third quarter, she's come up with a couple of important ones now. Cobb to the corner.
It was interesting, SA's coach, Barbara Williams, she didn't want SA to go slow in their pace. She wanted to make sure they kept the pace up, played their own game.
Hayes. Gilmore.
Contact wing defence.
Sloan has to drop. Hayes back to Reid. Saywell. He's played pretty well at centre, Vic.
Yeah, I've been very impressed, particularly at defensive work.
And Barbara Williams just started to look a little bit worried. The lead was 10 at three-quarter time. Now it's 7. Another turnover here and they'd start to feel it. Oh, clever ball from Luscombe to Purser. Rebound, Gilmore. Gilmore again. Hayes runs into space. She's really been shadowed well, Hayes, hasn't she? I think that South Australia have targeted her as somebody to shut down through Cobb and Luscombe and Halliday.
Well, because she's so short, Rebecca, she's going to have difficulty seeing over hands, and they've really made life hard for her.
Well, Lyndall Evans had time to look away and still get the shot. 6 the difference, and the centre pass. Here come New South Wales. A touch from Featherstone Hoare, and they've turned it over. And one from Saywell. There's plenty of time. 9:30 left in the match. Oh,
costly error by Natalie Reid. She stepped.
Some hope on the faces of the New South Wales bench. Cobb.
Goal defender and off court. Shot or pass.
That was Purser's first shot for this quarter.
A good settler.
Keeper. Shot or pass.
Contact against Harrison.
No legs in that shot. It's all arms from Sharon.
8 the lead again. Evans.
The move was very good by Natalie Sloan. The pass just wasn't that flash.
Sloan driving to the post. Saywell can't get it to her. Evans from a mile out. Cobb. Luscombe. It's a familiar looking move from the centre, isn't it? Cobb driving to this left-hand corner.
She loves to take the ball in the air.
Oh, Featherstone Hoare standing up to be counted when South Australia need her. 7:55 to go. Oh, no. Oh, luck for Hayes. She bled in an awful feed. Branford read it well to Rob. New South Wales. Cobb. Featherstone Hoare. Off the ball against Luscombe. Use of the elbow.
I don't think she was too happy with the close marking by Victoria Saywell. Janie Branford once again comes out for that intercept. She's throwing everything into it.
Just the New South Wales players were stationary. There was no one running on to give the player in possession an option. Are they running out of legs?
Contact goal defender, shot or pass.
Contact against Gilmore. Shot for Purser.
Clever play by Featherstone Hall, finding Luscombe on the edge.
That might be the clincher. 6:50 to go, and they've got it out to 9 again.
Put the ball straight back into the middle, girls. On the whistle.
Contact, goal attack.
Purser. I think they've settled.
They've settled, but the shots aren't dropping for Featherstone Hall. You notice the last couple of penalties she's had, she's given them to Purse to shoot.
6:20 on the clock. Saywell. They need a couple of long passes and quick goals. Evans. Got to get rid of it. Not sure the umpires always put into the 3 seconds that little recovery time when a player's off balance.
Sometimes they're kind to us shooters, other times they're not.
Lisa Wilson thinks they are. She's a defender, right?
She can't count.
Evans. 5:40 to go. Featherstone Hall looking for Luscombe. Desperate lunge from Reed. Purser. Cobb's just been everywhere.
Great patience by the centre court for SA. Prepared to work it around.
Oh, replay, says Janelle Derrington. I thought the player had it knocked out of her hands.
Featherstone Hall doesn't want to take her penalties. I think she was putting it down for Purse to come and grab it for the shot.
Okay, Hayes. An important turnover this one for New South Wales. Must convert. Oh, giving it back. Well, if they'd converted there and it would have been their next set of pass, they could have got it down to 5 and South Australia would have felt the pressure. Featherstone Hall. All strength.
Off balance, that's a great shot to put through. Real pressure.
Sloan. Cobb. Centre pass. Just keeping New South Wales at arm's length. 4 minutes to go. That's taken the wind out of the New South Wales sails. Another great goal from Sharon Purser.
It's a little bit too easy for Purser then. Harrison needs to make sure she contests the first ball.
Evans. Oh, Evans, long way from home. Rebound from Branford. Cobb. Featherstone Hall.
Harrison thought about it.
Luscombe. Harrison has had a little bit of trouble with the ankles. And so 8 the lead, 3:20 to go. It's just about impossible, Vic.
I can't see them coming back from here. But they gave them a fright in that last quarter.
Oh, great effort from New South Wales to really throw down the challenge to South Australia. But that said, I think the South Australian team has showed a lot of composure under some pressure in the last quarter. I mean, you can say you're in the best position if you're in front, but you can still be under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get a little bit hesitant. You don't know whether to slow the pace down or up the pace, and particularly when they're coming back and you just don't know which way to go.
Well, that was the message that Barbara Williams was giving at three-quarter time, wasn't it? And don't try and protect the lead, try and extend it.
The long bomb. Still as calm as ever.
Well, they've had 7 terrific players out there, but none better than Cobb and Purser.
Where you are.
Hayes to say well. 2:40 to go. 10 the lead.
Goal defence. Goal defence. Goal defence. Obstruction. Yeah, pass the shot.
And South Australia can start writing their name on the trophy for the 21s. Featherstone Hall.
And another great rebound by Sharon Purser.
You like to see it, don't you?
I think it's wonderful when shooters can get up there and get in that good rebound position.
Well, New South Wales got it down to 6 in this last quarter, but just couldn't keep it going. A couple of turnovers really hurt them. Sloane, she's followed it in well for her own rebound. She's rebounded well too.
Yes, she has. She's so strong, Natalie. Another couple of years' time, I'm sure you'll see her being more dynamic out in the outside the circle as well.
Cobb. Minute 20 to go. Purser. It's all going for her. What is she, about 8 from 10? Or?
Yeah.
Hayes. A loose feed, and it really doesn't matter. 60 seconds out from the final whistle. Tucker, Cobb. They're going to be a squad of happy South Australians in a few moments' time. Reminding you, they were well beaten by New South Wales, 59-47 last Sunday on the opening day of the championships.
Sharon Purser's been on target all game. It's great to have someone at the back like that sinking them for you.
Purser. Evans. Timekeeper gets up. And some very happy SA fans behind me. We've seen her get out of a chair, and there it is. The bench empties. It's more than just a week of hard work. These players have been training together a long time. 56-45, and in fact they ended up winning the last quarter, South Australia, because the lead was 10 at three-quarter time, and they win by 11. New South Wales have improved their position from last year. They lost out in the semis in '94, and South Australia, the new under-21 champions for 1995. They started so strongly, only led by 3 at quarter time, but as we said, after the second quarter, which they took by 16 goals to 6, maybe that's where it would be won, and so it proved to be. New South Wales won the third quarter, 15-12. But just couldn't sustain the comeback. And so Sharon Purser, Jackie Featherstone Hall, Sue Luskin, Audine Cobb, Julia Halliday, Jane Branford and Alison Tucker. The starting 7 stayed on there for the whole match. Sally George, Kathy Hupperts and Karen Nader did their part, especially in the semi-final yesterday, the bench players today. And scenes of understandable great delight for the South Australian under-21 side. And came back from a bad opening loss and that was their only loss. Defeated Victoria, and so they've had 6 wins and 1 loss through the week, and deserving winners today. And Sue Luscombe is with Vicky Wilson.
Thanks, Steve. Well, Sue Luscombe, you must be very, very happy. A sensational game, particularly by your shooters. You brought the ball down well through the mid-court, but that second quarter, that was just superb. You took it out 16-6. What was so different about that one?
I think we started off a bit shaky, a few nerves. We've got a few young girls in the team, and just took us a while to get into it. I think the first match, we actually lost to New South Wales, so a bit shaky. But at the quarter break, our coach Barney just really said to us confidence, and we really just started giving the ball off and had a lot of confidence in each other. And I think it really showed in that second quarter.
Alison Tucker and Janie Branford, they just had a sensational game. They were everywhere. They were in the air. They were on the ground. Had they played like that all week?
I think they've just improved each match after match. And today was just definitely their best game, which was great. They've just improved out of sight. So they're young, and it's their first under-21, and they've just done brilliantly, so it's excellent.
Well, congratulations on your win, so you've done a marvellous job, and go back over and celebrate with your teammates.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, it'll be a big night for the South Australians, and Sue Luscombe understandably proud of her team and of her own performance. An entertaining win for South Australia in the national under-21 final, 56-45. Well, earlier we showed you the first Open semi-final played